It's sort of a little the old, a little the new, and I think that we flash back a little bit to Survivor.
There are so many personal highlights on this record.
Well, with Jim, you've always got a high-quality song. That's pretty much a given.
Well, I always need a great voice to inspire my work. And I write for myself when I sing with the Ides of March, and I love to sing. But my range is maybe an octave, 2.5 octaves. Marc's is about 5 octaves. So as a writer, it opens up this whole palette of expression, of melodies. As I'm writing at the piano, there's no boundaries. I knew that he could handle whatever I gave to him.
The vibe at the studio is incredible. Larry Millis, engineer and sort of fifth Beatle, I would say, has incredible ears, and it's just a very, very creative environment.
This project was easy because it was a real thing. It's really him. It's not like he's trying to create something artificial.
Larry Millis is, I call him the voice of reason, and he's the guy to reel me back and go, "Are you sure about that?" Because otherwise I would be like all over the deck.
It's not like he's trying to imitate something or try to follow some trend. He's just doing what he does.
So Larry is my sounding board, and of course, needless to say, he's a brilliant engineer.
I had a band in Chicago many years ago, and we played some dates with Survivor, and I stood there and watched Survivor and thought, boy, I'd like to be up there on stage with that band. So Cold Blooded is one of those songs that has a kind of Survivor flavor to it. We had some near misses over time where I was in a recording studio and Jim, walked into the booth and said, man, you got some great pipes. We gotta connect up. And I gave him a number, and then I think about 10 years passed.
And I saw him
and
again.
It happened again, and then it just seemed that everything sort of the stars aligned on this particular thing.
Yeah.
I think Risk Everything was one of those things that sort of spoke to Jim, and I'm speaking for you here, but every time you make a change in direction, you are taking big risks.
To me, risk has its rewards, and if you play it too safe down the middle of the road, you're not going to get those rewards. It's really about a philosophy of life where you do take chances, and you say what's on your mind and what's in your heart. I like a lyric that travels beyond the radio and makes people think, hey, I experienced that. If someone can see a little bit of themselves in the lyric, they're going to buy that record. They're going to want to own that record. And I try to put little messages in, songs I've written in the past, like Hold On Loosely or The Search Is Over. They have a little nugget of wisdom that people can take home with them and maybe see themselves in. And I think in this album, between Marc and I, and we co-wrote some of the songs, I think there's some of that wisdom locked in the lyrics.
Sometimes in our lives, it feels like we're juggling knives.
I have a song on the album called Independence Day, and it really tells the story of my leaving the band Survivor,
Right.
and feeling that was the risk of my lifetime. It tells about the day that I did not get on the airplane and go to the Survivor show. To this moment, I felt it was worth the risk. It was a very painful decision, and I gave up a lot, and I think I gained even more.
This is more than just the 4th of July. It's your independence.
I guess I'm a rocker from the get-go. So if it's got pounding drums and it's got some massive lead guitar, I'm all over it.
People say, "What's your best song?" And I usually say I haven't written it yet. With the Marc Scherer album, I had that voice to inspire me. Marc has an amazing, amazing voice. I think that's a very special record.